Hey guys, how you guys doing? I hope you guys are all doing well. My name is Nkhensani if it is your first time here, and welcome to my channel. What's good? What's popping? I hope you guys are all doing absolutely amazing. Happy New Year! Happy 2023! When I'm filming this, it is the 9th of Jan, so we are well within the new year, which is honestly just
insane.
Today's video, I'm going to be sharing my goals with you guys. As you guys know, I like to share my goals. Last year I did not do that, but we're back and we're going to talk about goals this year. So before we get right into this video, please don't forget to give this video a big massive thumbs up. That lets me know that you guys enjoyed the video. Comment down below your word for the year, goals for the year, intentions, habits for the year, anything that you're working on this year. Let me know so that I can read and we can chat in the comments. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. One of the goals that I have this year is to reach 10,000 subscribers. So if you have not subscribed yet, please make sure you do subscribe and join the family. It's fun over here and we'd love to have you. And yeah, let's get right into the video and talk about goals. So before I talk about my goals, let's get the big elephant out of the way. Your girl has twists. Your girl, Anyway, I miss talking to you guys and I'm rambling, but I just wanted to get that out of the way that yes, this is me for the new year. And we're looking like a babe. My goals are very similar. I don't think I'm someone who strives for really extreme goals or anything like that. For me, my goals are like very simple. I focus on habits, I focus on my intentions and how I can be better in every single area of my life, right? I've always been someone that has always had like a phrase or a something for the year, right? And I think 2 years ago it was do it afraid. Last year it was respond in faith. This year it is remain hopeful. And I think I'm someone who always struggles with hope. I just want to lean into being more hopeful this year for whatever God is going to do, and anticipate that God is going to be God in my life, irrespective of what my life may look like, in the good, the bad, and the ugly, to remain hopeful. So the phrase that I kind of wrote for myself was position yourself and become and prepare for all that God has for you in this year, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I remember one time I was talking to one of my good friends, Misha, and I was talking about how, oh my gosh, I can't wait for 2023, it's going to be great. But she was like, but also give room for the bad and the ugly as well. Because I think a lot of times we can be hopeful that, oh my gosh, it could be a good year and it could be a great year. But like, there is going to be bad and ugly. You know, there are going to be valleys. It's not just going to be hills, but they're going to be valleys. And to position myself to enjoy the valleys really well. So I'm not going to make this video too long. I'm just kind of going to jump into it. So spiritual, one of the big things I want to focus on and lean into is to know and experience God as a father. I think I've always struggled always struggled with experiencing God as a father. I've projected fatherhood, how I've experienced it here on earth, to my heavenly father, and it's always been a struggle. It's always been something that I've been trying to navigate. And this year I just really wanted to be like, God, I really want to experience you as a father. Understanding the attributes of what a father and a father figure is, I struggle with that. So knowing that God will guide me, he will protect me, he'll be my refuge, cover me, he'll be my safety, my all of that he's sovereign, he's in control. I genuinely struggle with those attributes of God because I don't believe it to be true. And unfortunately, it is reality, right? But I don't want to make it an excuse I don't want my experience to diminish how I view God as a father. The next thing is to be intentional, to have communion with God. I struggled last year a whole bunch with my Jesus time. I even opened up about it in a vlog. I am an avoider, so I don't know if I'm the only person who's like this, but for me, if my life is good, everything is great, I feel like I'm the closest to God. When things are shambles, tricky, shaky, like I feel like I avoid God. I feel like I'm not as close to God. Whereas some people it's vice versa. A lot of people, when they're going through struggles, that's when they only run to God. For me, if things are great, like I'm genuinely the closest to God, right? And I knew that was an issue, and because of all the things that I experienced, I started to avoid God. I didn't want to have Jesus time. I didn't want to pray. I didn't want to write to my prayer journal. It was really hard for me to have communion with the Lord. I realized that, and I knew that something needed to shift, something needed to change. So I'm someone, as you guys know, I like to study the word. I like to have knowledge in terms of how I understand the Bible. I'm a biblical studies student as well, so I really love studying the word. I really like understanding the context and all of that stuff. It's important to me and I love that, but I couldn't do that anymore. Like, it was hard. So I needed to find a new way to ensure that I am having communion with the Lord daily. And that became getting a devotional. I didn't want a fluffy, feel-good, me-focused devotional. I wanted one that would deepen my reverence for God, that would be convicting, and that would draw me nearer to the Lord. So this is my devotional for the year. It is New Morning Mercies by Paul David Tripp, and this is a daily gospel devotional. I'm currently, obviously today is the 9th, so I'm on day 9, and it has been amazing. Like, this has been so good for me to have communion with the Lord, to commit to spending time with the Lord. Yes, it may not look like how it used to look like before, but I always felt guilty for that because I always knew how good it was to have communion with the Lord, but I just couldn't have communion with him. So one of the things I wanted to do is prioritize it. So last year I ended up getting this devotional. I ended up getting it like, I think, day before Christmas or a few days before Christmas I got this. And then I also ended up purchasing my new prayer journal for the year, and this gave me so much anticipation before the new year started to be like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for my Jesus time, I can't wait. And yes, it looks different. I've never been a devotional type of person. It's not my vibe, it's really not my thing. But this time around I needed to have guidance for my quiet time because it was so hard for me to have quiet time. What I'll do is I'll link my devotional down below, my prayer journal, and I'll link my Bible down below as well. Both of them, my journaling Bible and my ESV study Bible. I'll link those all down below for you guys. But I would highly recommend, it's still the beginning of the year, if you guys are looking for a great devotional that will convict you, that will, it's so Jesus and God focused as opposed to you focused, I would highly recommend this devotional so far. I've heard great things about it. I've wanted it for years and then I finally got it. So I really am excited. I have nothing but good things to say, and I love how at the end of it, like, there's a lengthy part that you read in the word. It's not just a verse, but like you read a whole chunk. So there is that. So I wanted to be committed and prioritize my my devotion to the Lord, my communion with the Lord, and to just sit with Jesus and to prioritize that. Another thing is to lean into hope. I already spoke about that. To let others pour into me, to be watchful and sober-minded, and to be wise and discerning. Emotional goals, I want to be more vulnerable and open. I struggle to be vulnerable and open. It's like a constant struggle for me. I have emotional walls. I think I've spoken about this, but I think one of the things I want to do is be more vulnerable and open, but not just with anyone, not just with everyone, but the people I feel safe with. And to isolate less. If I'm not okay, I tend to isolate, and it's very damaging to the relationships, the people in my life, and things like that. So I want to avoid isolating and isolate less, to manage my emotions better, to remember that my feelings are not God, to not bottle my emotions and tell at least one person. If I'm going through something, or if my mind is telling me something, or if I'm going down a spiral of negative thinking, to at least tell one person, because I literally will keep everything to myself, and to be more joyful and to be more positive because I can be a bit pessimistic. Social goals, which is to communicate openly, to be more assertive. So in terms of communication, to not like shrink back or avoid or anything like that, but to communicate openly, to be open to deeper friendship, to allow people to love me. Big one. I think I don't allow people to fully love me. I think that I have walls, I keep people away, and I don't allow people to love me. So one of the things I want to focus on is to allow people to love me, to learn to be impartial, and to say yes to more experiences. I'm a homebody, as you guys know, and I don't mind being a homebody. It's not something I feel bad about, but I do want to spend intentional time with people and say yes to more experiences. Physical goals to seriously get my learner's and driver's license. Unfortunately, this year I have no choice. My boyfriend is keeping me very accountable to at least get my learners this year, so I'm kind of like having no choice. I have to get my learners at least by June. Next thing is to eat more. I struggle with eating. I don't really have much of an appetite, so I really want to try to eat more, to move my body. I didn't say exercise because the moment I see the word exercise, like,
it's not the vibe for me. I'm sorry, I'm not the target market.
But I want to at least learn to move my body, either take walks, hike more, but then do it daily, to at least 30 minutes commit to doing that and moving my body, to drink at least 1 liter of water a day, and to treat my body as God's temple. So yesterday I was having a conversation with my boyfriend yesterday, and I was telling him how I feel like something that God has leaned into me in my heart is to, like, obviously we all say this, that God, let everything I do serve as worship towards you, but recently, like this year, something has always been in my spirit that, like, I feel like I need to say that even this is worship. even this is worship. So when I don't feel like eating and I know that I probably should because I need to take care of my body, to say even this is worship. When I am prioritizing the fact that I'm going to wake up at a specific time, I'm going to make my bed, I'm going to make sure that my room is clean, even that is worship. Watering my plants, even that is worship. Worship isn't just praying, going to church, like all of these like things. Yes, those are worship, but even the day-to-day mundane things, even that is worship. So that is also one of the things in terms of my physical goals, is to treat my body as a temple in everything that I do, and to remember that even this is worship. Content is to be more consistent and engaging, to get at least 10 plus subscribers for Rooted Readers, which is my book club, and to get 10,000 subscribers. Education, to get distinctions, and to be disciplined and focused. Another thing I also want to do in terms of like academic wise is to shadow, or I don't know how to put it, like shadow a psychologist or shadow someone within the psychology field, and just do that also for experience and whatever that may look like. I want to prioritize that. Relationships, as you guys know,
I'm a gone girl. I got a boo.
So one of the things that I wanted to prioritize in that is to not let my moods get in the way. I think I'm someone who I can get very moody. Okay, I can get very moody, and then like I ruin the whole vibe when I'm moody. So I just don't want to let my moods get in the way, to let my guard down, and to not be as, I think I've spoken about this, there's a difference between being overly guarded and being cautious. I'm overly guarded for no reason. Let my guards down, experience and be more romantic, whatever capacity that may look like, to be more vulnerable and open within my relationship, to serve and love him well. So yeah, those are my relationship goals. Quickly, I'll just kind of like talk about like the things that we want to prioritize in case there's anyone else that wants to do this. We want to start doing monthly check-ins. So every month ask questions of like, just to do a check-in, like what did you like, what did you dislike, what, like, you know, things like that. To prioritize seeing each other more, hold each other more accountable, to read and pray more together, and find ways we can be more intentional with one another. And then quickly, I'm just going to run through my habits real quick. So habits is to be on my phone less. Last year was on my phone quite a bit, which is why my last video was my birthday vlog, and then I tapped out and I didn't continue vlogging because I just was on Instagram particularly quite a lot. I even had to delete Instagram off of my phone because I was just consistently just scrolling for no reason, and like it was just time consuming and futile. So I needed to just prioritize doing that less. So I want to be on my phone less. So I kind of made my phone somewhat boring. So I removed Netflix, Disney Plus, I removed Showmax, I removed anything interesting on my phone. I do still have YouTube on my phone because I do watch YouTube on my phone, but that is that. And then I'm trying to be on Instagram less. I deleted Pinterest on my phone as well because Pinterest also I'm on my phone quite a bit. I still have like my pin by number and certain games on my phone, but like for the most part, I'm trying to be on my phone less. To take pictures more. I stopped taking pictures, as you guys know. I don't think I took as many pictures. I want to take pictures more. I used to be someone that loved taking pictures.
I keep doing this and this, I'm sorry.
To read 2 books a month, but with this it's different. I'm in my novel era.
Have you noticed everyone says era now to everything? I'm in my fitness era, I'm in my this era, whatever.
But I want to be in my novel era, so I want to read more novels again. As you guys know, I think for the past 2 years I've only read like Christian faith-based books, and that has been amazing, and I'm not going to stop doing that. But like I also want to read novels again. I have missed reading novels, and for the past few days I've read like 5 novels in like literally this month, like this week. Like I've read so many. I'm a fast reader, but then in terms of like faith-based books, I'm quite slow because I want to like digest it. But with novels, I'm quite fast. I can finish a book in a day, which I've read 2 books in a day. But I started out with reading It Ends With Us and It Starts With Us because I really wanted to see the hype. I'll do a vlog and I'll talk about that more. And then I've read a few other books, but I'm in my novel era. So also comment down below any novels that you guys like. Do social media detoxes more. I feel like last year, because I wasn't necessarily present on social media, it seemed like I would take detoxes, but like I would still be on Instagram. I also don't think, another thing I want to do is start prioritizing the Sabbath again, like to prioritize rest on Sundays, to be more God-filled and just God-centered on a Sunday. I don't think I stopped doing that, so I want to focus on doing that more. To have Jesus time daily, Monday to Sunday. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like for the past couple of years, I think I'm the type of person, I'm very good at like Monday to Friday, me and Jesus were good. Saturday, Sunday, I'm just like, ah! So I want to have Monday to Sunday. And I think also having a devotional that has dates has been helpful because it reminds me, hey, come on, let's have Jesus time, you know? Another thing is to prioritize my night routine again. And not that I don't prioritize my night routine, but if you guys remember, my night routine used to look a particular type of way. I'd wind down, and then I'd like, you know, put my lights on, put on a diffuser, read, and all of that stuff. It looks different now that I'm in a relationship because like I'm on the phone majority of the time at night, but I still want to find ways to find a new night routine, if that makes sense. Be careful, mindful of what I consume, not just food, but like the things that I consume in terms of like the shows that I watch, the things that I listen to, the podcasts, the people I follow on social media, the people that I subscribe to on YouTube, the things that I consume, just to be more careful and guard my heart more, and just to be more careful. Your heart is a house, right? And you fortify it and you protect it. Obviously Jesus does the fortifying and the protecting, but like if you open up a window, the devil gonna open up a door. He's gonna remove the whole roof. I always say this, like you give the enemy a finger, he's gonna take your whole arm. So I want to be mindful about the things that I consume and making sure that they point me to God and they give me all for God and point me closer to Jesus. Another thing I want to do is start to have routines for everything. I want to be on my routine game. I want to be a routine hun. I want to read more and watch less shows. I think I'm not really someone that watches a lot of shows, but like if I have a show that I like, I will like binge it. So I want to just watch less. I want to be more mindful about just being intentional. And just being intentional in how I live my life, how I do things, making sure that it's honoring and glorifying to God in whatever capacity that may look like. So yeah, those are my goals for the year. These are my goals for the year. They aren't really drastic or big goals, or I feel like I have big goals that I just didn't share. That is because those are very small things that I want to continuously pray over and protect and guard. Yeah, but for the most part, these are my goals, just how I plan on being intentional for the year, being hopeful, and just reminding that even this is worship as well, and just prioritizing how I spend my time, being disciplined and all of that stuff, having self-control, praying for a sound mind.
Because my mind.
Praying for a sound mind as well. I also will be doing a video on my prayer journal and what I write in my prayer journal, the importance that I have found having a prayer journal in my own life and things like that. So I will do that. I think that should be the next video that does come out, but yeah, I'm going to be doing that as well. But yeah, this is the end of this video. I wanted to say thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for just prioritizing this time that we can spend time together, and I'm so excited for what this year has in store for each and every single one of us. And yeah, I'm back. I'm back, you guys. This is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a big massive thumbs up. It lets me know that you guys like the video. Comment down below your goals, your intentions, habits for the year, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel because we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye friends.